Oh boy. What's up YouTube? This is Real Station here and we're gonna go ahead and react. This is gonna be another additional reaction. Actually, this is probably just gonna be the rest of the way. Episode 10 of Selection Project. Yes, it's just known as Selection Project. No fancy titles here and there, and you know what? It's fine. I never actually thought I was gonna be going on with reacting to an idol anime. Like I did not. Now, like it's better late than never, I guess. I mean, the same thing with World's Finest Assassin. I'm just gonna be honest right now. This is low-key one of my more favorite ones from this season, because I was hoping the other one would, aside from the Shoko Tensei and 86, I was hoping the other one would be Lupin Part 6, but right now the production quality for that one is kind of, not looking too hot right now. Let's just be real here. Doesn't look bad. It's just like, it's just not the same thing as with, parts 4 and 5, which looked stellar. And I guess I can understand why, because I don't think planning the production for that was I don't think they planned it out as well. It's just kind of like, oh, let's drop another Lupin, so because why not? It still looks okay for what it's worth. It is still a decent one, but it's just like that one just kind of, could look so much better. It's still entertaining and all, it's right. This one, on the other hand, it's just like, I thought I was just gonna feel like Ali Pride over again, but I think that it focused more on the character-wise. It felt a lot more entertaining, it's a lot more interesting. Didn't feel like I'm going off some sort of, supernatural ape shit that Ali Pride just kind of took me for. Yeah, I could react to my senpai as annoying, but I honestly do not like. I felt like that's a show that I enjoyed more on my own time. Like I know I could, like, because I tried to do Komi-san's regularly, but Netflix is fucking an idiot, and so I just gave up on it. And I still have so much mixed feelings on some of the rankings. I don't even think I don't think I feel comfortable just doing that as a mainstay either, even though a lot of people talk about it. Now, is there a chance I could go back on that one? Maybe, but maybe. Big maybe though. Like I can't, nothing is completely guaranteed. But well, unless if I'm loving the show all the way to where I love to talk about it and such. But yeah, that, and like the thing with the Netflix is why I might not react to JoJo's part 6, Stone Ocean. And because there's like not just the Netflix prison, there's a lot of things. Netflix prison, other side of Netflix prison, I wasn't particularly, hot on, that manga series. 3, I heard, I'm just not really into JoJo as much as I used to be. I mean, well, I love the Steel Ball Run manga, which is part 7, and lastly, if I can name this off, I just don't know how to really deal with the JoJo fanatics that was gonna come up in the chat. It's like, okay, I don't know. And the thing is how they release the shit in batches. Yes, I have not yet touched the anime yet, but I've seen clips of it, and I'm concerned. I'm concerned about that quality. It feels like something like that should have, like 12 episodes that should have taken like at least 3 months to make, at least 3 months to make as a whole. Okay, that's bad. That should take like that be released over a course of 3 months, gets released as a bunch. Doesn't seem like it had more than a year, more than even 6 months of production. That's concerning. I'm really concerned about it. It doesn't feel, from what I've just seen in those clips, it doesn't feel like the same flair that JoJo used to have with the previous ones. Even though some of them back then were not as well, written. Do you feel part 2 of JoJo is gonna come in the next 2 to 3 months? Oh, what if it comes in January? Like, then then we got issues. Then we got like, oh, okay, that's too much, because like that'd be just bum rushing at this point. Yeah, but anyways, I hope I didn't chew up too much time. But selection project, last time I rambled about this a little bit on Twitter. Just like, I guess I could go back to my Twitter. Just like I was just rambling about my own shit. So, but I at least wanna share it right now. That the part where, just showing Reina having been troubled by this like all this time. Like, now that she finds out that Susune is, Jesus Christ, that spooked me. Whatever is going on back, but yeah, like Reina she hasn't been doing it for the goal that she was having as now wasn't for herself. It was to try to chase. She was essentially chasing a ghost, her past sister, who was previously an idol prospect. And then to find out that she's had her chance of possible chance of a highlight taken away by the very one standing beside her, who was also pretty much really close to her, kind of in a rival sort of way as well, has her heart and has all the straightforward, you can call it typical, like the typical aspirations of of what we call the ideal idol performer in Susune. That has to suck. That has to suck for her. And I just really feel for her, and she feels bad about, the fact that how she may have, treated Susune like that, how she hasn't really, been opened up. Like, it's like, it sucks with the revelation, but at the same time, it also, gave her a chance, thanks to that one woman's, she kind of a nudging, just like, I've seen so many people, just open up and be expressive and all, and being able to polish what they call a pearl, because they were able to express themselves. I like how they use the pearl, by the way. It's not something groundbreaking, but it's just more like, it's a nice little sort of nuance. And Rena is thinking, oh, like, I might not have a pearl at all. It might just be a fucking pebble, because I don't feel like I'm worthy of standing on the same stage as everyone else. But because she doesn't have the same aspirations, the same sort of aspirations as most of everyone else, like much less her late sister. I'm glad that they were able to, she and Disney were able to reconcile with each other, because that was a rough thing, a revelation for both of them, because the confidentially for reasons was, that's how like the hospital donation, I guess, works. Like, I'm not too familiar with that, but I'm pretty sure confidentially, donor, privacy confidentially, like, matters a lot. I'm sorry if I'm saying the same thing over and over, but it was a it's kind of how it is, and at least they found out. At least you're just able to make your ends. And Brenda said something to Susan, just like take care of my sister for you, take her to the stage that she longed for. And that was really touching, because but that's also very troubling, because it's more like it feels like Reina is giving up, and then boom, like during the interview, it's just revealed that she is not, again, she's not worthy. She looks down, she's kind of like self-depreciating at this point. She's not sure what to do. Is like, and they can't just vote brigade for her, to stay on. That's too cruel. That would be just forcing. That would just be like keeping her on there when she doesn't want to be there. Like, unless someone can convince her otherwise. So yeah, it's a really it's a really tough thing to take at this point. I see I hope Mad Lad's in the chat right now, trying to discuss things here. But yeah, I don't want any of them to leave. I really don't. But I do feel I kind of want for them to somehow all of them get through. But at the same time, I'm just like, someone's gotta leave. Like, there can only be, in the end, I'm pretty sure there'll be only like maybe one standing or two standing, depending on how everything goes. But yeah, that's a lot of food for thought. Well, we get into episode 10 right here. So I'm just going ahead and get this started, and just hope, just pray for the best. Hope everything goes alright. Like, cause they're all really good. Like, I won't say every single one of them is memorable, but every single one of them has their good perks. Every single one of them has, a commendable, sense of motivation. Sort of, personality to it. Especially with what was your name? What was your name again? Himori is just like, I liked what she touched upon there. It's just like, we're doing this. It's like we're taking part in this competition because we want to make people happy, but we're going to be ending up doing something that's going to make someone sad. That is like, I don't know if that is not something, ironic. I don't know what is. But anyways, let's get to it. 3, 2, 1, let's jam. Oh man. Yeah, it was the one she worshipped. Oh, it's really nice. There's like the Sumeri Panda and then Akari. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry if the mic is catching some bumping noises in the back. I try to put it on the best setting as possible, so it will only capture mostly my voice. Oh, we're off to the foods in the fridge. Okay. Sorry if if the noise is getting caught regardless. Yeah, I don't want anyone to leave. I don't. Is there a way they can all get together like with 765 Productions, like my girls over there in Nile Masters? Is there any way? Please tell me there's a way. Because they did say like, oh, they work really well as a team. And they could also do their own the work on their own separate split groups too. As you know, as some of their performance group performances have turned out. Where they were doing it in groups of 2, 3, and such. Like no lies, like even if I was doing recording this in a closed room, I'm still think the mic will pick up the noise anyway because the acoustics in this house suck. So again, apologies. Nice super panel emote. Wait. Wait, did they fast forward? What's going on here? Oh. Wait, don't tell me did they vote each other off? Oh no. What happened? Um they're keeping me in suspense. There's this variation of the ending theme here. I always like it here that when they do that. A stand, just more like a fan. Who put that? That she and also her sister. Ren did mention she also became a fan of her own sister as well. 6 years passed by really fast. Believe me, it passed by faster the older you get. Oh, they got vote. These two got voted off, didn't they? They fuck. They did. Man. But what do you do now that they did that? What do they do from there? Where do they go from there? The competition don't feel like the same anymore. They can't come back either. That last time was a special case. Was like a special case. I'd say an accident. Just fucking just going back and forth, man. Okay, okay. Maybe something happened. Look, okay, maybe they did not, but still, like somebody got voted off. I feel like somebody got voted off. Like I didn't see any. I didn't see any spoilers, screenshot whatsoever. Just going to is completely blind, and I don't have a manga to go back to. This thing's a multimedia project, so it's technically an anime original. But my hunch is telling me that that Reina and Suzu are the ones voted off, or maybe did man. Or wait. What hap? What? Maybe this is a wild turn, and I don't know if this is possible. Did they all vote each other? Did they vote? Did all of them get voted off? Like, did they just vote all each other all off? Is that even possible? I don't think it's possible, but I'm not. I don't want to try to go wild here. But I can't help but just speculate. Because even a vet like me is like, I'm not sure what's gonna happen. Because right now they're just going about with each other, you know, poking us in, into each individual character's livelihood, and just like going back and forth with shit, and you're just keeping me in suspense. God damn it! But this reveal better be worth it. Whatever situation turns out to be, I hope is worth it. Oh, I forgot she's in a rich family. We're so unassuming. We're so unassuming because of how she looks. I swear she has to be part cat, part feline. Just like they're never gonna go deeper into that backstory, are they? Be back tomorrow, anyways. She's talking about. Oh, she's talking about her friends. All right. What is it, man? Tell me. Wow. So they just. Wow. So they just. So it's just all even vote. Oh, they're not voting again. So they have different mentalities regarding the situation, but they all decided like, oh, we can't see each other, we can't see each other with, we can't see ourselves without each other. But what happens here then? Do they just revote, or do no winner, resulting in disqualifications? All disqualified. They all got voted off. Has that ever happened? Has that ever happened in a show like that where all contestants just got voted off? I don't think that has ever happened, even not in fiction, not in real. What the hell? Oh, I feel you, man. My mind, I am lost. I'm like Rudy trying to figure out that situation with Pax back in Sharona Kingdom. No winner, huh? So, but you know what? But you know what? In a way, they still stick together because they were saying about getting together, forming their own group. Oh wait. Is there still a way they can do this? They can just get together, make this big group, just like we saw, just like we see. I mean, I know they're all kind of still doing their own thing. They're just because they came all from all over. Man, they live in different provinces. No. No, I we also got to get a camera director. Sounds like a sounds like a plan. I still want Raina to sing though. I still want her to pursue her dreams regardless. Find her dream for herself. But if that's what she wants to really do, then I'm okay with it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna say I'm really big on all of those most of the time, but this feels quite different from most of the stuff I usually get. Like even different from Zombieland Saga. That says a lot, guys. Now, will people still have doubts about this? Yeah, because they're still gonna compare it to Idly Pride and be like, "Oh, they just stole some shit." But I'm not getting the same sort of elating feelings that here, like in Idly Pride, like the stuff I got here, I didn't get in Idly Pride. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just gonna keep saying this. But yeah, you just see the core, just trying to figure out what to do here. So they're just gonna post this online, and the shit's gonna blow up, huh? We should get to see them how they were practicing. I guess there is more story to tell. How many? I think there's like 3 more episodes after this one. That's literally the wait. That's literally the one that sung. That's literally the group that sung the opening and ending. That's the group they went with. It's all the voice actors. So and which includes you. I'm referring to Reina here. They all voted for each other, for themselves. Like that's why it was the even score. I can imagine. I can imagine all selection project fanatics find out there's no freaking winner. It was just like, ah! Just raging and shit. Yeah. But yeah, like freaking so the hardcore fans like, what the fuck? No way! What is this? I paid, but no. But who gives a shit? It's the it's the participants that make the decision in the end. Yeah. Reina needs a dream for herself though if she really wants to, if she can really, make this work. She can't, because I can't just see her work from the sideline. Ooh, she just, yeah. They're right outside. And past curfew hours too. What is this remind? Hold on. Okay, I'm good. Yeah, nine tag gotta have 9 members. Not just nine tag can't be 8 members and one director. That's Oh, Rena's voice actor is singing now. She's doing the starting lyrics. Oh wait, no, I don't know. I'm not sure yet. I gotta listen to her carefully. Okay. I think the I think the ones that were taking over more for the taking over more for the right there was was Raina's voice actor after all. Is there a post credit scene? That felt a little too fast. Okay. Yeah, they got they disqualified each other, but they're going on with it. They could become an idol group. They don't need some sort of, you know, they don't need some sort of rigged ass ridiculous project. I okay, this was a really I okay, the part where she, where you see right here, sorry if this is, kind of in the way. This part where she was, you know, when she was just looking through and then she starts, when she was looking through the little screenshots and just tearing, and she was just like her tears were falling, and then she remembers, um, and then she remembers that scene. If I remember, that's that's when she saw Akurin, because I'm seeing that was from her perspective, like she remembers, and she starts really, tearing up, and then you see and, and then you see it singing "Vanish in the World I Couldn't Live" on, singing is my life, and it's just more of like just more of a reminder as to how, her sister influenced her, for better or worse. Now, Rena may not have as the same sort of love for music. I think she can come to like singing and dancing and performing as an idol as much as the others can. It's just that she has to, open up, be confident about being on stage with everyone else, not just trying to not just try to stay on the sidelines and just not have that sort of inner dream realized. And I feel like in that moment I feel like she realized her dream, her aspiration wasn't really just to follow her sister after all. It may have just she may have been really wanting to sing all this time. I say this because it focused on it was specifically focused on that little quote there, and then it cuts to Ren tearing up, because I feel like she realizes that, was I chasing the wrong thing? Was I fooling myself to thinking I wasn't I was just only following in my in my sister's footsteps all this time, or was I really actually like wanting to sing all this time? The thing, what caused the unsettling, what, of course the conflict behind this was due to the fact that her sister is dead, and her don't the donor, the one her heart was donated would donate to someone and it turned out to be Suzune, who happens to be a, you know, Reina's closest friend at this point and also a rival of sorts. And at one point, this is just kind of my theory at this point, that I feel like Reina wanted to sing, really truly liked to sing all this time, but maybe didn't realize it at the time. I feel like I know it's pretty cliche to say that it was really just that sort of feeling all this time, but it's a mental thing. Like, you think you like it because you think you want to do something because of this, but it's really because of something else that you try to deny yourself that it is such. Because I don't think I've ever seen Reina said she's here because, you know, prior to this, that she's here because she likes to sing. Unless my memory is awful. Yeah, I honestly did not expect this outcome either. Like, I was thinking like, oh, did Reina and Suzune come off, or did they all stay in, or is that not possible? Because so what I overlooked is the fact that if they were not supposed to all move on or put in position in that, if they put in position where none of them get voted off, and it would most likely, and like all of them would just kind of stay put, and they just don't want to continue, and they say something like they don't want to continue, they're not going to change it any other way, they get disqualified. So it's just like, if one of us leaves, we're all leaving. It's like, we can't imagine one of us missing. It'll be like a void. Like, no matter, even if it's just one or two, like, yeah, we may still have 7, you know, a sizable number of 7, but how we're gonna feel is not. But then how are they gonna come up with then what's like the point of the 9 tie sung by the group, the opening and ending theme? They gotta stick together. There's no other way. Now, did it hurt that because of that, one of the other, you know, that the project itself, you know, the whole competition thing is kind of ruined? I really don't think, when I really think about it, I do not think this whole thing was meant to be focusing on the detailed aspects of the competition itself. It is more of like testing your resolve, testing your resolve, like, why do you want to do this? Why do you want to sing? Why are you here? Why are you aspiring to make, in this? And like, is it for other people? Is it for yourself? Is it for both? And like, not every answer from them is gonna come crystal clear because of the different mentalities, the different, like they're probably all around the same age, well, roughly, but they have different, mentality. They have the different, they have different perspectives. It depends on the maturity levels, and there's straightforward ones, there's the ones, there's also the ones that, kind of roundabout, but at least they let you know what's up. And there's also those that, just kind of happy-go-lucky. There's ones that just kind of have like, just like a looking over figure, like sort of a motherly figure, like an older sister figure or such. That's Mako's sort of job, in a way. There's a ton of personality. There's a lot of personality in the gang. I think the people sleep on this show because for one, it's an idol. It's tied in the idol genre, in the music genre. Not everyone's gonna really roll with that shit. I can't recommend this to my guy. This is definitely not a show I can recommend to my guys reanimated Your Boy Rock Lee and Your Boy Roche. I can't. That's not their thing. It's not. I'm not saying that they think it's bad. It's because it's just not their thing, and it's not most people's thing. And that's why it's kind of by default slept on, but it doesn't mean it's bad. It's just not everyone. It's kind of a niche thing. You know, it's usually something a Japan. It's some what people call a Japan thing, which is fine. I would prefer it this way at this point, because Zombieland Saga is considered better. It's considered the best because of how it plays the parodies, to where even casuals can watch it. Unfortunately, it didn't help. Doesn't necessarily mean it's better. Okay. I unfortunately certainly didn't like the Zombieland Saga myself. I just wasn't into the characters as I am in here, and because they do some, because I wasn't rolling with Zombieland Saga's ways of trying to take up on the characters, take up on the premise itself. Like it just wasn't my thing. But for this one, I feel like it stuck to its roots. It didn't try to do anything crazy, but at the same time, it kept things interesting. It kept things very, it had some really nice emotional tempos. Like, even if you don't feel too much, like I actually kind of got close to tearing up when Rena teared up. Like I was like, oh, it was coming, and it was just like it was so brief though. Like I was bracing for it, and while it didn't burst for me, it was still a really pleasing moment. Like because there's, at least you can see that some of that cycle, I guess, that sort of mental wall or burden, whatever you call it, is finally off of Reyna at this point, where she can be part of that game, where she can feel like she is worthy of being with them, because otherwise it wouldn't be 9 tie, it would just be 8 tie, and that would sound weird, wouldn't it? There's nothing to say. I mean, I actually really wasn't I've indicated before that I wasn't really into the whole silly competition aspects of it. Like, again, I was more into the characters' motivations, the little segments, not really the whole not really the whole competition in itself. Like that could go fuck off really. Like I can give a shit about any fucking reality show. Like, but I will say this, like the Shaga, like the way they just kind of suspensive, like, but yeah, and you have to imagine like how many people just outraged, thankfully here they did not decide to show any of the crazies, or well, not yet at least, because I feel like some will be still lingering. Hopefully that doesn't turn out too bad. Like I would have to think of some people just raging over the fact like no winners, throwing furniture, tossing their damn computers out the window, fucking ripping out the trunks in their cars, their furniture, and I don't know. I've heard what crazy fans of certain shows often do, and most of them are not pretty. Like, it goes, when shit gets viral, it'll pass around. What's up, ducks? Just got off of finishing an Idol anime episode. That's what I'm just doing. And I'm kind of about to finish up, by the way, and so I'm not gonna stick too long. But like competition and these sort of competition in anime is just like, I'm either pretty interested or I'm just not interested. There really isn't any in between for me, sadly, with those sort of premises. It's like you either focus the shit out of it, or if you're just gonna harp on it, then I don't care. I only care about anything else that feels more, compelling. And like, I know this is like, I'm in the end, I probably might be just speaking for myself for this regarding the series, but I don't think this series is anything. I don't think this series can be just blown off as just an average or subpar series. When I feel like someone said that, labels this as such, I feel like they just don't like the adult series genre in general, which is fine. Like I know a few people that, I know a couple of mutuals that just don't really particularly like the adult genre in general, but they're okay with Zombieland Saga because of how it doesn't feel like an. Maybe that's why I didn't really like Zombieland Saga myself, because it didn't really feel. It tried to be out, yet also didn't try to be out, and I'm just like, okay, I don't get you. I don't know who you are anymore. But that's how I personally feel. I mean, I'm not saying Zombieland Saga is necessarily bad because of my take. It's just how it does things wasn't like I understand like how that one appeals, but when I feel like when anime just sticks to the roots and not try to do something too crazy, but at least they try to do something profound, like it means something. It doesn't feel like a half-assed trope or such. Like it does something, like it does something you think like, oh, I'll remember this for quite a while, and then I feel like it's worth it. Oh, okay. It's nice for you to drop by, Ducks. I appreciate it. I like, if anything. But yeah, that's gonna pretty much do it. Just gotta get out of here. So apparently later tonight, in my area, there's going to be a apparently, from what I've heard, I do not know if it's really confirmed, because I checked on some websites. It was like they didn't show it. There's apparently going to be a scheduled power outage because they're fixing something that's going to last till morning. No, not so sure what specific times, but at some point it's going to happen. Now, this could be just misinformation and it's probably just applying to some other area, but I don't know. So it may or may not interfere with my scheduling for for tomorrow's reactions with E6. I hope it doesn't extend too long. I'm just saying. But yeah, thank you guys again. Smash like button. Let me know things in the comments below. Follow me on other social media platforms that I use. You can also join my Discord servers. But that's gonna do it for this edition of live streams. So really